After years of complaints of horrific conditions within Kentucky youth detention centers, the Justice Department is investigating. WDRB's Christy Batista spoke with an attorney familiar with those allegations who says he is not surprised.
Attorneys say with the amount of complaints against the Department of Juvenile Justice, it was only a matter of time before the feds got involved.
It's probably in the hundreds at this point. It's not a small number.
Hundreds of people saying the same thing about what happens behind the walls of Kentucky's youth detention centers.
What does that tell you?
They're telling the truth.
John Friend represents several women in a class action lawsuit who were in custody as juveniles. The lawsuit says they, along with others, were involuntarily held alone in a cell, room, or other area as punishment, subjected to the use of pepper spray, and had their clothes forcibly removed by or within view of members of the opposite sex.
Most of the time, when you get into a situation where there are alleged civil rights violations, you find a lot of gray. You don't find a great deal of black and white. You find a lot of different recollections of events. People, saying, I don't remember it that way, I remember it this way, et cetera, et cetera. We don't really have that here. Everyone sort of seems to remember everything the same way.
The main thing he says he saw over and over again was misuse of solitary confinement. So when the Department of Justice announced earlier this week a civil rights investigation into Kentucky's juvenile justice system, he says he wasn't surprised.
When they are formerly incarcerated persons, former guards, all sorts of other people, and they're all saying the same thing, you start to wonder how big is this problem exactly.
The governor released a statement saying his administration implemented the most extensive reforms, including separating boys and girls, separating those accused of significant crimes from lower-level offenders, and also requiring more training.
If you have a person that you've been holding in isolation, not letting them shower, not feeding them properly, not socializing them, not educating them, and you do this for several years, and then you just put them on a bus and let them out somewhere, it does not take a rocket scientist to figure out where that is going to go. And it's not going to go anywhere good.
With photojournalist Jeff Gordon, Christy Batista, WDRB News.